Napasa, your audio.
Everyone, and thank you so much for
Please
joining
start.
us here on Immigration Talk Show. I'm Napasa, and I'm going to be your host for some time now. It's going to be a very, very good session today because we are called Daily Immigration Dose for sure, friends. And this session is with my co-host Sam. So I hope that you're excited just like I am. And it's going to be a good one today because we are going to discuss on a very, very important topic as well. I'll tell you what it is going to be. But before that, let me tell you that if you haven't as yet, subscribe to our channel, do subscribe. And before that, we also have a disclaimer, and that is by watching our videos, you understand that the information shared, including user comments, is not professional advice. Use at your own risk. Our intention is never to offend, it's just a casual exchange of ideas. So, friends, yes, as you know, it's a casual exchange of ideas. You're also welcome to share your point of views, and that you can do so by calling us on this number 425-436-6335, and the access code is 988-888. So, join us and speak with us. Also, you can comment wherever you're watching. We are streaming live right now on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and on X. So, yes, friends, and today's discussion is going to be on this very, very important topic, mass layoffs again, and what do H-1B workers need to know? So we are going to discuss on what's happening right now, what the US tech industry is experiencing, and it's yet another massive layoff. So I think it's going to be interesting to talk about. And it's something that so many, tech people here are going through. So we are going to discuss also on why are the H-1B workers more affected. And well, we'll dive deeper into it. If you stay with us, you will know. But without further ado, please help me welcome my co-host Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hi, Napasa. I am really excited for this topic and hope you're also doing great.
Yes, me too. I'm excited for this topic. And yes, I'm great. Hoping that it's going to be a fun Friday ahead and, of course, a weekend ahead. So
Yeah,
excited for that at least. I know when you look at the news, it's just so much serious stuff, so much to stay
yeah.
updated on, and so much to, be sad about as well. So I think sometimes I just look to not think about anything. It becomes a little too heavy, right, Sam? What do you say lately?
See, whenever we see any news regarding, mass layoffs, so it automatically becomes so sad and it is very difficult not only for us to talk about the situation, but like imagine, we can't predict what the H-1B workers are facing right now and how much difficult it is for them. Because if we talk
Right.
about only the visa process for the H-1B workers, then that only takes years and years. And now it is only 60 days left for them to get a new job. And not only to get a new job, it is easier for them to apply anywhere else and they will get a call. Okay, we liked your profile or we liked your resume. Now come up from the next day and we are going to sponsor you. No. They have to be highly skilled, they have to be highly talented, and only to get that job itself is a very difficult thing. So, of course, it is a very difficult situation, but I think Napasa, the best thing is that we are having these webinars, we are having these shows, and I think it is a much needed webinar, right? Not only for us, but for everyone. And there are so many viewers who knows H-1B workers and know their friends who are working right now in the US on H-1B. So, friends, I think this is a much needed webinar. So make sure that you like this show so that it will motivate us and we will definitely come up with more and more, and we will also make sure that you share this video so that it's going to be helpful for the one those who need, and most importantly subscribe to Immigration Talk Show so that we come up with these news more and more and in a very good way. So I think, yeah, this is about the topic, and stay tuned because staying tuned is again very important, friends. And sure, at the end of this session, you will definitely get to know there are so many options, and there are a lot of ways, there are possibilities. So don't be sad enough, because it's not only that we come up with what's happening and what are the situations that's like making you sad, but also there are options, there are opportunities and possibilities. So stick around, stay tuned, and watch this webinar till the end. And I think without any further ado, Napasa, let's go with the news, right?
Yeah, sure. Sam, why don't you go ahead first?
Okay, all right, let me go ahead. So, friends, my news is regarding college and Indian officials set up for international students. So, this is a mixed news, good news as well, and a little difficult news as well. So, colleges in the US and the Indian government are actively supporting the international students after some students had their visa status changed recently. So there is a recent news also that over 1,000 students from top universities like Harvard and Stanford were affected. But schools and lawyers are helping these students to get answers and solutions. And also talking about the Indian government, they are also stepping in. They are supporting these students, and the embassy and consulates are in touch with the Indian students to offer guidance and support. So, of course, when there are challenges, at least the solutions and the opportunities are also there. In fact, many students are standing up for their rights, and courts are also listening. Some even got temporary protection orders to stay in the US while things get sorted. This shows that how strong the support is, and the systems are also becoming more supportive in place when challenge also arise. So this was the news, and I think this was a very important news. So make sure, friends, that you share this link of the video with your friends and with your loved ones or anyone who needs this important information to know. And also like, share, and subscribe to Immigration Talk Show, as it is daily immigration doors at 4 p.m. EDT. And that's all from my end. Napasa, why don't you go ahead and let us know the other news update as well?
Thank you so much for that. And yes, it's very important to stay updated, friends. And I hope you are subscribed to our channel. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show. So to keep you more updated, I also got you another news. And this is also very important because when you look at it, it's students who are violating US laws may face deportation. And I hope that you're keeping that in mind. Um, you know, if you're violating any person violating the US laws may face deportation, for sure. And here I'm going to talk more about students. And it's a latest message from the US department, and it's something every international students needs to hear. So it's very important because let's be honest, when the rules are clear, the path becomes easier to follow. So if you keep that in mind, and also if you want to know what's happening, because in a recent virtual interview with Press Trust of India, U.S. State Department spokesperson Margaret McLeod, shared a strong but fair message. If you follow the law, America offers opportunities, but those who violate the law will face the consequences. So yes, I think this is not a reminder, it's just like a warning, a reminder that that US continues to welcome international students with open arms as long as rules and laws are respected. So I think all we need to know is some people are facing visa cancellations. Some people are really going through these hard tough times right now because of these cancellations, and it's all sudden without any sort of like a warning beforehand, like a sign beforehand. And it's a great question, every time we're getting, why are so many students facing visa cancellations? And some students were reportedly involved in different kinds of protests and had minor legal issues like traffic violations, even clerical errors in databases. While none of this suggests wrongdoing on a large scale, so the immigration enforcement system is simply becoming more proactive. I think you need to treat it as that, and they're becoming more precise under, the present administration. And it's not a bad thing, it's about keeping things structured and transparent for everyone. And yes, if you want to know what is India doing about this, well, the Indian government has responded with concern and action. Randhi Jaiswal, spokesperson for the Ministry of External Affairs, also confirmed that our embassies, I mean Indian embassies and consulates, are in touch with the students to provide support. So it's basically showing like a growing partnership, and India is standing by its students and the US is communicating its expectations clearly. So I think these are things to keep in mind as well. And that was the news update I had for you. Now, coming back to the topic of discussion, Sam, thank you so much for being so patient. And I think yes, friends, you can also join us wherever you're watching. All you have to do is comment, and you can also join us on call. The number is 425-436-6335, and the access code is 988-888. In case you too are a student facing some sort of hurdles with your stay here in the US. Let us know in the chats. We would like to know your story.
That's right. And I think we will get multiple stories. It's
Yes,
not
sorry.
only from students, from anyone. I think everyone is so much curious right now, so much anxious that they are really looking forward to the solutions. And friends, if you're really looking forward to the answers, to the solutions, then we have got you covered. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel at Immigration Talk Show, because we will definitely provide more and more answers to your problems by having these webinars. So it is going to be a great one for you. And I think, Napasa, before diving into the topic, let's give a quick brief about what's happening right now.
Sure.
So, right now, friends, like many tech companies, Google, Microsoft, and others are laying off a lot of people. And most of these layoffs are hitting Indian workers on H-1B visa. So, if you lose your job on an H-1B visa, you have just 60 days to find a new job. And this is a very big challenge because, of course, when I mentioned in the beginning of the show that it is not just only difficult to get the job, but it is even more difficult to get the visas approved. Now, imagine only 60 days and to get a job, to work all throughout the visa process again and again. It is really going to be a very difficult situation for the H-1B workers. And it is easier said than done, but of course, the situation they are facing right now, we can't even imagine. And in just 2 months, you need a new employer to sponsor and go through the whole visa process. And it sounds quite impossible, right? And that is what some people are taking the help of social media to speak out their heart and share their situations and what they are feeling right now. Workers are talking about this on social media. Many are saying that they are losing their jobs suddenly and their projects are being cancelled. And of course, they are very worried, they are very anxious. For example, there are some people, one engineer who shared that she was laid off on April 11th because of problem in the semiconductor industry. But it's not just one person, others have also shared some similar stories. Like entire teams are losing their jobs after projects are outsourced or cancelled. And another person said that their whole team was let go after their project was sent to another country. It seems how tough people are facing. And they are confused, caught between staying in the US and risking deportation or returning to home country. And some workers have even started questioning that their future in the US due to fragile immigration environment. They're asking this question that should they stay hopeful and should they find another job or should they return home and start fresh? So I think it's not only about the H-1B workers, but it is about all the people, those who are staying in the US right now, because somehow it is affecting the H-1B workers. If they are facing the layoffs, then it is going to impact the US economy in a very major way. And especially talking about the Indian workers, there are 70% of Indian workers who work in the tech industry. And that too, Microsoft, Google. If we are going to talk about the stats, then so many Indian workers who are on H-1B visa and they are getting laid off. So, friends, this is the problem and this is the situation that's happening. But if you'll stick around, if you'll watch our webinar till the end, we will also help you to know what are the answers, what are the other options, and you still have the way to get out through this problem. So, this is the situation right now. And also, Napasa, if you could let us know more into the topic, like why is this happening?
Sure, Sam. And it's very interesting, to try to get to know, especially that this thing that's happening, the mass layoffs. It's why are the H-1B workers more affected in this? And if we talk about, this group that feels this is, it's very true that it's H-1B visa holders. Most of them, they are from, India, and they work in IT, engineering, or other specialized fields, especially when you talk about tech industries, right? And when someone on an H-1B visa really loses their job, they're not just losing a paycheck, they are also at so much risk of losing, the right to stay in the US also, right? That's a huge one. And the rules say that you have 60 days from your last working day to find another job and transfer your visa. And that's just 2 months to restart everything. So, new job, new offer, and a new paperwork. If you can't do that in time, you might have to leave the country. And it's a very, very tough situation when you look at it that way. And what makes it even harder is that, your visa is directly tied to your employer. So if you get laid off, your visa status is basically in limbo. And let's be honest, finding a new job in today's market within that short window, I think it's really stressful. Don't you think so? I mean, social media, of course, is full of stories from H-1B workers panicking over interviews, visa delays, and even companies going into hiring freezes. So it's crazy, and you'll have to think of what should your next steps be for sure. Because when you get laid off, I think you need to keep some things in mind, right? Because you're in a very vulnerable position. You don't know what's life going to take a turn this time, right? Whether you're going to get a job within the 60 days. 60 days sounds 60, but it's just 2 months. And that too, if you don't count the weekends, then it gets even lesser. I mean, things to shrink it down. And with your procrastination, I just hope that, you know, this is not going to happen to everyone out there. So, yes, the 60-day rule. Once you're laid off, you only get 60 days to find another employer to transfer your visa, or you're required to leave the country. Very important point. And remember that your visa is tied to the employer. So, just in case you were not too good to your employer, it's time to be very, very good to them. Okay, be kind and think of maybe taking them out for dinner as well. But just kidding. Yes, unlike citizens, your immigration status really depends entirely on your employer. So, no job, no legal stay. And that's going to be a tough situation for you. So, I think another thing is it takes up quite an emotional toll, also the legal toll, right? Many have spent years building their lives here, families, mortgages, and then community. I mean, one pink slip and it can mean, uprooting everything, and you'll just have to leave, go try to sell somewhere else. It's going to get crazy. And of course, if you look at social media as well, it tells the story. Platforms like Reddit and X, which is full of H-1B holders sharing real-time experiences. They're really talking about, sudden job loss, anxiety over the 60-day countdown, hiring freezes everywhere, visa transfers getting delayed or rejected. These are real situations. And the term liberation layoffs is really trending right now, referring to mass terminations, usually on Fridays, which is today as well, where employees receive abrupt news via email or meetings. So the impact on Indian professionals is definitely very sharp, because over 72% of H-1B visas issued last year went to Indian nationals per USCIS data. So let's see what's going to happen. But the situation gets very, very tough. And if you're facing anything like that, do let us know. Meanwhile, let me quickly say hello to Cynthia. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for joining us with your comment. We're going to read it out very, very soon. Stay with us. And also, Sam, if we could go ahead with discussing this topic further. And
Mhm.
before we discuss on this next bit, if we want to know what are the options after a layoff. But I just want to tell you folks out there, if you're enjoying our content, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show. Find us not just here on YouTube, but also on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and on Instagram. Let's get in touch with each other, connect with each other. And yes, subscribe to our channel, share this content. So, yes, Sam, if we could get to know a little bit
Sure.
what to do next if we get laid off.
Absolutely. I think this is a must watch topic that everyone was awaiting. And I was also really, feeling like when I'm going to share the options and when I'm going to share the solution to it. So I think, of course, so many people are there and who are worrying right now and very anxious about the layoff. But friends, if you are the H-1B worker and have been laid off, then I would say that instead of being concern about the things and instead of being panicky, it is better to stay calm and know the solutions because there are some solutions. And firstly, I would suggest that it is better to transfer your H-1B to another employer. So if you find a new job quickly, then well and good. You are lucky enough, you're very good in that, and you can transfer your H-1B visa to the new employer. This means your visa stays valid and you don't have to worry about your visa status because being laid off, it's not only about losing your job, but also losing your status, your dream, and everything. But if you're going to get or transfer your H-1B to a new employer, then it will at least give you a point of relief. So that till the time maybe you won't be that much happy for your job, but at least your visa status will be secured and you don't have to leave the country because that is another very difficult thing to do. And you must start working for the new employer within 60 days of losing your job. As we all know, the criteria after losing your work in the H-1B visa, you got only 60 days. So if you don't find a job in time, then your visa status will be at risk. The second option will be change your visa status temporarily. So, in case if you're not able to get a new job, in case if you're not able to find a new employer, then the other option remains to change your visa status. And that is if you're not ready to leave the US but can't find a job right away also, then you can change it and you have other option. Like you can go for the B2, as B2 is a kind of tourist visa and which lets you stay in the US. And while you figure out things, at least you will get some time, of course not to work in the US, but at least you will get some more extra time to to find different companies, to get to know more and more employers, and at least you'll increase your network or increase your connections. So for the time being, even if you're getting few months time, then I think this is a better option, at least not a very good option, but a solution where it will make your situation a better one. And if you want to study or want to continue your study, then you can also switch for the F1 visa. And this would allow you to stay in the school also and continue working on internships or part time jobs. Also, you can go for it on campus and as the rule says. Also, next option would be return to your home country and look for remote jobs. So, after trying so many things, after working hard, searching for the new employer also and looking for the change in the visa status, if these two options are not working, then the third option remains to return to your home country and look for the remote jobs. It is not bad or it's not a point of disheartening, friends, that you will see that you are coming back to your home country and finding a remote jobs. It is about how you can make your situation a better one. And this is also something that you can opt for. If staying in the US is not possible, then of course you may decide to return to your home country. And there's nothing to be sad enough because there are plenty of opportunities, especially in field like cybersecurity, cloud computing, and remote work is always there. So these fields are growing faster and can be a great chance for your career too. And maybe the jobs or maybe the working thing you might be struggling in the US, this work or this remote work will be more suitable for you. So until and unless you're not exploring, until and unless you're not being flexible, I think you are not going to know the best way for your working or for the best way for your career. In fact, many companies now offer remote jobs as well, so you can work from anywhere while still staying connected to the global markets. And these were the three options. With that, the fourth one is a must, a very important one, and that is to consult an immigration expert. And with that, friends, we would definitely want to help you out by saying you that we come up with different immigration shows, different immigration attorneys who have webinars on these situations, especially regarding the employment based visas. So you can directly join us on that live show and ask any question that you are facing right now or any complexities regarding your visa situation. And they are definitely going to provide you the best solution, the expert advice. So I think you shouldn't wait anymore. You should directly subscribe to Immigration Talk Show and also press the bell icon so that whenever any update or any shows we have, you'll get the notification. So yeah, I think these four options were the options that at least our friends, can make themselves little relief and will be little helpful for them. But still, in case, friends, if you're facing any other problem or you're still having any other question, then please put them in the comment section, or you can directly dial up this number that is just on top of your screen, 425 4366335, with the access code 988888. So do join us on call and let us know what you're going through, what your situation is, so that at least we can try to help you out. So yeah, I think this was it from my side, Napasa, and also it would be great, like if you could also let us know what is changing in job landscape, because that is also very important to talk about.
True, Sam, true. And, if you look at it even as a layman, you would get to understand that everything is going to change in the job market if there is such drastic changes so suddenly, right? And that I mean by if you're changing what has been happening normally, then obviously it's going to affect the market. So even though layoffs are happening, the job market isn't, completely dead right now because it's just changing, and
Mhm.
more companies are hiring, for remote roles and outsourcing work overseas, and that's actually creating a lot of job opportunities back in India, especially in cities like Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, and also sectors like cloud computing, AI, and cybersecurity are blooming, right?
Mhm.
And this is really a good scene if you look at it, that they are outsourcing, and they're hiring from people back there. So also, companies now, they are more open to short-term contracts and freelance roles as well, instead of full-time permanent jobs. So
Right.
that means you can explore platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, or even TopTil to find a gig. Like these gigs could be short term or could be like based on project wise. So while you're looking for something more stable, that is, this could support you meanwhile. And when you get your stable job, then you can stop doing things like that. And if you're someone, who has been doing the same type of job for
Mhm.
years, this might be the time for you to upskill. It's very important to upgrade yourself also, friends. So certificates like the AWS or data analytics, AI, or even project management can make you stand out. So the future of job market is all about flexibility and learning new skills quickly. I think that is what is going to count this time. So I think you need to keep in mind that remote work is accelerating for sure. And you may think that layoffs are happening, but if you look at it from the other way around, the job market is also evolving, so it's not all that bad, right? And I also want to know your point of view. What do you think about this thing? And also, if you talk like companies, US companies shifting toward remote teams and outsourcing, are you also a part of it? I would also want to know about that. Let us know. You can do that in the comments and let us know what you think about the. I mean, I do want to know your opinion, and I can see Christopher joining us. Hi, Christopher. Thank you for joining us. We are going to read your comments very soon. Stay with us, all right? And yes, well, I think it's very, very important to upskill. I think that's something you need to keep in mind, and it's like achievement for yourself as well, right? I mean, like a reset button for many. So this could be like if you really need to even change jobs for that matter. So invest in certification. That's not bad at all. It's going to be plus points for your portfolio, and also learn tools, learn skills, and you never know when could what come handy. Make use of your time in learning things. Don't ever stop learning. I think that's all I can say. And yes, remember that they're still looking out for top talent, especially when it comes to the right skill set. So keep training yourself. I think the cheat code here is training, and rigorous training can only make you even more perfect every day. So, yeah,
That's
that's it from
that's
me, Sam. Yeah,
Yeah, I think absolutely. And that is the way because right now, most of our viewers are feeling little disheartened and disturbed also. But of course, I mean, there are different situations that comes up and there's nothing to be sad about it. You just make sure, friends, that you are informed regarding all the updates, and so many things are happening, but I think you have to be little resilient, and you have to like be ready to fight each and every day, because it seems like you have to be a little warrior type feeling. You have to develop that as well, because so many people are there who are crippling, but you try to make sure that you are smart one, and you are not focusing on the problems, you're focusing on the solutions. And there are so many solutions, it's just you have to be a little smart enough to find out. Because yesterday also, remember, Nepasa, we have shared like there are 29 visa options for Indian workers,
right.
and I mean for Indians, right? And out of those we have covered 5-1. So there are so many options, friends. It's just you who need to find out. And right now, also, I have given the solutions, given the options, like what the H-1B workers, those who have laid off,
Mm-hmm.
they can also look for. So yeah, I think these are the pointers that friends should know. And I think, Napasa, let's take up some of the viewers' comments as well.
Sure,
Okay, let
sure.
me take a Christopher one. So, hi, Christopher, and thank you so much for participating. And he's saying any immigrant in the USA, even those who are there legally on a work or study visa, is now required to carry proof of their legal status 24/7. That's right. This was announced by the Donald Trump administration as a US court allowed it to enforce a contentious rule requiring illegal immigrants in the US to register with the government and carry documentation. Absolutely, Christopher. First of all, thank you so much for this very important information. And we have had a discussion on this, Napasa, right, in one of our webinars, that about the
Yeah.
daily immigration dose only. So, yes, it is happening, and you have to carry it and make sure, Christopher, that it's not only you, but at least your loved ones are also following the rules. And if you're carrying like 24/7, of course, it feels little hectic that you have to carry your documents all throughout the time. But just try to make it your habit, because you also carry your phones, you also carry your earphones, or maybe girls also carry their bags, and that too heavy one with makeup kits. So that again shows a little heavy one, but it's all just about your habit. So try to adapt it, and just follow the rules, because that's only we are going to make the situation a little lighter one. And Cynthia is also here, so Napasa, why don't you take Cynthia's comment?
Sure. Hey, Cynthia, thank you so much for joining us here on YouTube. It's really nice to have you join us. So, she's saying Juan Carlos Lopez Gomez, a 20-year-old US citizen, was being held in Leon County Jail Thursday, charged with illegally entering Florida as unauthorized alien, even as a supporter waived his US birth certificate in court. So this is very interesting, but I think I will not know too much about this case. Sam, do you have anything to say about this?
Exact knowledge, Cynthia, we can't provide, but of course, I mean, the case that you have shared about the 20-year-old citizen is really a very important one, and charged with illegally entering Florida as an unauthorized alien. It's not only one or two cases, right? There are so many cases that we come across with unauthorization and about it. Even as a supporter, waived his US birth certificate in court. I think this is a very important one, and quite sensitive as well. So it will be better if only the answer will get from the expert. So Cynthia,
Yes.
stay tuned and stay connected, because for sure we are going to take this comment to our immigration attorney, and they are going to provide you the best solution to it. You just have to do one thing. You just have to subscribe to this button of Immigration Talk Show, and also follow us on different platforms like YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and on Instagram as well. So I think these were the comments that we got, Cynthia and Christopher. Thank you so much, guys, for being here and posting your questions on the comment. Also, you can join us on call by dialing up this number, that is 425-4366-335, with the access code 988888. So I think, Napasa, this was the comments that we took. And anything else that you want to add on to the conversation, then please go ahead.
I think we just need to speak a little more about the topic, and maybe we should think about what should H-1B workers keep in mind, moving forward, because it's very rightly been mentioned by Christopher, carrying proof,
Yeah,
of their legal status 24/7 is very important. So I think that comes first. So
that's right.
keep your documents ready. It's very, very important. I know sometimes it becomes very tough for situations like this to stay real, stay hopeful, right? Sometimes we lose all our hopes and we just feel so frustrated, but I think all we need to tell ourselves is, just chill. It's just like taking your driver's license in your wallet or something, where you have it with you all the time. So I hope that you can somehow have smaller versions of all of these documents, and yeah, keep them handy maybe. And if you
That's
drive a
right.
car, it's even easier for you because you have a lot of space. But folks out there, I'm sure you will find some space to carry them around everywhere with you. So yes, I think we really need to think of these things
That's right.
real, hopeful, and practical, right? Always keep the copies of I-797, your LCA, your I-94, your pay stubs, and even your latest resume.
Mhm.
You may need all of these, for a smooth H-1B transfer. So I think you need to keep that in mind, and
Exactly.
always have a plan B. I think, sometimes what makes us more depressed is we put our heart so much into just one thing that we didn't plan what would happen if that would have failed. So I think best is to also think of options, hit before the storm really hits. I think we really need to also think about plan B and give equal attention just as much as we did for plan A. Think of options. So, and I think you also need to be aware of timelines, backup visa statuses, and even fallback opportunities, in India or Canada. And I think, Sam, if you have anything more to add, it'll be also
Sure.
nice.
Sure. I think, of course, about Plan B only, I want to add that, it's not only about the country. I mean, of course, country, you can look like UK, Australia, Canada. It will be little easier for you guys to go ahead and look for the different countries. But also, if you really want to stay in the US badly, then I would suggest that you can look for some other visas as well. There are multiple options. It's not only H-1B, there are so many visas, right? You can look for those visas, and also you can, if you're not able to work in the US with your visa, then you can look for remote work. And nowadays everything is so technical. I mean, people, those who are staying in different countries, they are working in global market. So there's nothing to be worried about it, that you are not going to get more and more options, or maybe your career is going to be like downgrading. You just have to remove those pointers from your mind, because this is going to confuse you and this is going to make you more anxious. You just have to know that as technical knowledge is increasing, similarly market is also becoming more global. And you guys are extremely talented, extremely skilled. So I think the world needs your brain, the world needs your skills. So there's nothing to worry about it. You are there, and you just have to, keep yourself updated, keep yourself motivated. And I think the best way could be to subscribe to our channel by hitting that bell icon, so that you'll get the notification whenever we come up with any news update or any webinars, that is lined up for you. So have plan B, that's very important. Have documents as well, that's also very important. And one more thing, friends, build strong networks and stay strong. I think building strong network, Nepal, is also a very important thing, right? Because uh, a difficult situation, who is going to support you? Your friends, or maybe the one those who with whom you have a good connection with, right? And you have to be little socialized in this trend. I mean, make sure that if you have your Instagram account, your LinkedIn profile, then you are getting good connections, maybe with different HRs, with different employers, or different startup companies, right? So it's not only about how much you're dedicatedly in your work and how much you are getting back in return in monetary funds. You also have to be little socialized. You also have to be practical. You have to build more and more connection, because I think that is also going to add on your profile, and of course your personality will develop more and more. But that will also necessary not only for your job but for your visa status as well. So, what do you say, Napasa? I mean, anything, I want to know it from you. Like staying informed and, of course, having more and more connection. Do you think it's going to be important for them?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's always a plus point for, for you to be in the good books of others, and the more the merrier, right? So you'll be in so many good books. So I think networking is also and always a good thing, and networking not in a bad way, in a good way. So
Of course.
remember to be more kind and more thoughtful, more prepared for anything. I think we also need to calm down a little, not panic first, but look for solutions first.
Mhm.
Because panicking is only just going to make us more scared, or maybe not be able to function properly, even if we had good options. So I think we really need to breathe a little, take a few calm steps, I mean, look back, and I think just believe that something is going to be there, because there are options, and all you need to do is consult an attorney. They are the experts. Every case is different, and your case is also going to be checked out by these attorneys, who will be the best people to direct you and guide you in the best way. So, yes, if you're looking for attorneys, also check out our channel. We are at Immigration Talk Show, and we do have a lot of immigration attorneys join us on various webinars, which are all great discussions on very, very important topics that you don't want to miss out on. So, check out, I mean, all this information is free, educational, and free for you to share as well. So, you might share with your loved ones or your friends and family who would benefit with this content. And thank you so much once again, friends, for joining us.
That's
I
true.
think,
And friends, keep this in mind that challenges are part of the journey, but with the right mindset and right preparation, you can turn any situation into opportunity. So it's just your mindset, it's just your preparation. So take each steps every day, and yeah, stay positive, stay focused, and keep subscribing to Immigration Talk Show. It's me, Sam, with my co-host Napasa Pradhan, signing off for now. So goodbye, everyone, and take care.